So today I just getting to the point. I've been trying to do this video a little while now. Finally I got the time. So I'm testing out products. Now they are not new products, as a lot of videos are out here already with these products, but I'm doing it because I wanted to give it a try myself. So I tested out the Tatcha Silk Canvas versus the e.l.f. as a primer. Tatcha on this side, e.l.f. on this side. I also gave the Covergirl trublend matte foundation a try, and I've been wanting to try this a long time, but I now got my shade. It was not available here in Trinidad, so I had to actually order this myself, and I am the shade T30. And for those of you who want to know my shade reference, I am a MAC NC42. I also tested out a really neat brush set from Laura Ashley, which is local, Trinidad of course. And these brushes are so cute, right? They are rose gold in color, which is my favorite. And I also tested out her sponge as well as her lovely lashes and also her pigments. So that's a lot of stuff that I tested out to create this look today. And at the end of the video, I will give my full review and my thoughts on all of these stuff that I used. So do keep watching and see how I did this look as well as my thoughts. Okay, so I basically already primed my eyes using my P. Louise base in number 2. So I'm going to go ahead and do my transition shade. And I'm starting with the Huda Nude palette. So I'm going to go ahead now and start with the shade Tickle. Thank God this palette has a mirror. So I'm going to create my transition shade. I know my makeup room echoes, but I can't help that. Well, yet anyway. So as I am placing the shadow, I am blending it as I go, because I do not want any harsh lines of the sort. I'm gonna build that shade up. Okay, so now that the two eyes are finished, now I'm finished doing the transition shades for both eyes. I'm going ahead to move on, and I want to deepen the crease area. So I'm going to go ahead and use the shade Love Bite. And I'm placing this just in the crease area only. There you go. So I think that I have exactly what I need there. So I'm going to go ahead now and work on my outer V area, and for that I'm going to use this brownish kind of color called Tease. And I'm just patting that into the outer corner there. For the brow bone area, I am going to use the shade Play. Which is like a pretty peachish color. Love it for the brow bone area, it's perfect. Okay, now I was supposed to be testing out my brushes from Laura Ashley, and I almost forget. I was using my Morphe brushes, so I'm going to continue using her brushes. So, I mean, getting into this beautiful holographic bag, which is like so cute. And it's so cute because in the bag, she's included this little card, and it shows you exactly which brush is for what, which is really, really great for those people who don't know which brushes are for what, because I know there are a lot of people out there like that. Right. Now, I don't really stick to the rules about which brush is what, right? I just like to use whichever brush I think will work for me. So I'm going to create a cut crease, and for that I'm going to try out her brush here. Let me see what she has this brush listed as. So this one seems to be, I believe this is the eyeshadow lid brush. Yeah. But it's so nice and flat, and it looks nice enough for me to do a cut crease. So I'm gonna go back in with my P. Louise base, and I'm gonna use a tiny bit. Now, don't get me started on this cute mirror. It's so adorable. Right, so I'm going in with the product here, and I'm going to start creating a little cut crease. Now this is a half cut crease. I don't want to go all the way. Right. So I'm gonna move on now. And I'm going to actually use her pigments. I mean, she sent me these pigments. They are so cute, right? So I'm going to go in with the shade Rose. And it's like this pretty rose pink. I'm actually going to go in with this brush here, which is a shader brush. This mirror come in so handy. Okay, so here goes. Oh my goodness. It's so pretty. Okay, and the brush is doing an amazing job with placing it. Look at that. This is such a pretty color. I love it. Ah, beautiful. I definitely love this pigment. Right, so moving on to another brush, I'm gonna use this blending brush. It's so tiny, it will fit right into my small eyes. I'm going to go in now with this. Actually, I'm gonna go in with Tickle again, the first shade that I started with. And I'm going to kind of pat it in this area to blend where the pigments meet the last shade. Oh, that looks great. It's perfect, right? Okay, so far I'm loving the way this is turning out. So I'm gonna move on to my face now. So I'm going to give her beauty blenders, Laura Ashley's beauty blenders, a shot. I'm just feeling like using this purple one. Okay, so her brush up does not have a foundation brush, so which is why I'm going to go ahead and use the sponge. It feels just as nice as my Real Techniques one, so that's a plus. It's good quality. Right. Now I did not wet my sponge, but I do have water here, so I'm going to spray it right here. Okay, so this is damp enough. And I'm going to go ahead and prime my face now. So I'm testing out my e.l.f. versus the Tatcha, right? The Tatcha Silk Canvas. So this is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. What did I just say? This is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. And then here we have the Tatcha. So I'm going to do the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer on my left side. And I'm going to do the e.l.f. on my right. So I definitely picked up too much, but that's okay. Right. Now the Tatcha one is very hydrating, I have to say that. I definitely pick up too much, okay people? Ignore that. It smells so good. And it feels so good on my skin, like real good. I really, really love this so much. I look like such a mad person right now. So now that half my face is done with the Tatcha, I'm going ahead and use the e.l.f. one. Let me use this too for the e.l.f. one, since this e.l.f. one didn't come with one. This little thing to scoop up the product, which was so smart of Tatcha, right? So right away I'm going to tell you the e.l.f. one is a lot more drier. It feels a little dryish. It's less hydrating than the Tatcha, but it does feel like amazing on the skin. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom in now. So on the Tatcha side, you all could see it does look smooth. The e.l.f. side, although I do have to say, the e.l.f. side, my pores kind of covered up a little more on the e.l.f. side as compared to the Tatcha side. The Tatcha is like just hydrating, that's it. So I'm going to move on now, and I'm testing out Covergirl Trublend Matte Made Foundation, and I'm in the shade T30, which is Warm Honey. Let's see how this works with the blender. I'll do the whole face with the blender. I was going to probably do half the face with a blender and half with sponge, but I changed my mind. So I'm putting one pump in the back of my hand. It's kind of thick, so I'm going ahead and dip my sponge and start with my forehead. Okay, so right away, I can tell you the coverage is light. So with the sponge, I barely got any coverage, so I'm not really liking that. I mean, everything is still showing. So I am going to go in with a second layer, but I am going to try it with my brush. Yeah, so I'm going to try building this up with using my brush instead, and let's see how that goes. I'm doing another pump, which is a lot of foundation. Okay, so I definitely prefer it with the brush. I mean, I don't really need full coverage because I don't have any problems in my skin really, but that was basically no coverage just now. This is still good. I would say this foundation is medium coverage. I would not say this is a foundation for people with problem skin, but it is definitely buildable. Okay, I love the way that looks. In person it matches, but on camera with the light and all of that, it's looking lighter, but it's not in person, I swear. So I definitely like how it looks. It's looking like my skin, which I love. So I'm gonna go ahead now and I'm going to conceal my eyes, and I am using my e.l.f. 16-hour Camo Concealer. This concealer is like so full coverage. It is. I'm gonna use the sponge again. So I'm going to go ahead and set my under eyes, and out of these brushes, I am loving this one. This looks like the one to set my under eyes. So I'm going in with my Laura Mercier setting powder. Pick up a little bit because this concealer does not need like a lot of setting powder as it is kind of dry. Okay, this brush is really great for that. This is definitely a new favorite brush for setting my under eyes. So now that I've set my under eye, I'm going to set the rest of my face, and I want to add a little yellow to my face. So I'm going to go in with my Sasha Buttercup. Now this is not light, this is the regular one. I usually use the light, but I feel like using this one. I'm going to go in with the same brush though, just to set this area here. Now I'm testing this foundation. We shall see if it's transfer, if it does transfer and all of that, which I should have done before I set the powder. So with powder do. Set my forehead because I'm getting old and my forehead has wrinkles. Right, I'm setting my nose area. I definitely love this brush though. Love it. Okay, so I basically love how this foundation looks when it's set and everything. Let me come closer so you all could see better how it looks. It does look great. See how nice it looks? So I'm gonna contour my face and do my brows off camera and I will be back. Okay, so I'm back and I did a little contour and my brows are done. I know they're not even, right? But it'll work. It will work. Right, so I'm going to go ahead now and line my eyes. Right, so I'm going to use my e.l.f. liner to line my eyes quickly, and you all could see how I do this. Right, so I'm gonna go in with the color Spant and do underneath my eyes. Okay, so that's it there. I'm gonna use some mascara. So I'm going in with my Tatcha's mascara. So I'm gonna pop on lashes now. And for lashes, of course, I'm gonna use Laura Ashley's lashes. And it came in this cute little bag. So here is the lash, and this is a number 20 is the number of this lash style. So you could get a closer look. Right, and let me get to it. So I'm going to pop on these lashes off camera and I'll be back. Okay, so lashes are on and I'm gonna zoom you in and let you get a closer look at these lashes. They are lovely. Right, so now I'm going to use her highlighter. So I'm using my favorite ColourPop highlighter brush. Now, I do love to wet my face before I go in with highlighter, right? This is like a habit of mine. So this is what the highlighter looks like. It's so cute, and the name is what? Pink Lemonade. There it is. So cute packaging. Right, so I'm going to go in now with this. Right. So here goes. I mean, tell me that this highlighter is not the best. You all see how good it is. Damn. So you all could see that for a loose highlighter, this baby just blends into my skin like friggin' butter. I'm gonna use my finger and go down to the bridge of my nose a bit. Nice. My Cupid's bow. This highlighter is life. It's life, I tell you, it's life. It definitely blew me away. So I'm gonna go in now and do my lips. And I'm going in with Colourpop's Bad Habit. Pretty. He. Sorry about that. So there you have it. Lips are done. Everything is done. This is the final look. And I hope you liked how this turned out. What I am going to do now is I'll check in with you at the end of the day. And I'll tell you how this foundation holds up, testing out the tatcha and the elf side. We'll see how that goes. But so far I am loving the foundation a lot, and I definitely love the way that this highlighter looks. And the pigments from Laura Ashley are amazing as well. Right, so it is now the end of the day and I'm basically checking in with you all so you could see exactly how the foundation held up with both primers. So I'm going to come closer, and this side that you're looking at here is this is the tatcha side, right? And it is really great. I didn't get rid of my mush, right? This side is the elf side, and if you look close, you'll notice that the foundation sink into my smile lines a bit. It's nothing like major, but it did sink in more than this side. So that's the only difference. But other than that, the foundation basically held up well on both sides. So it does not make sense spending that money on the tatcha, to be honest, because the elf basically does the same thing, right? As to my Laura Ashley pigments and highlighter, I mean, look at it. It's so pretty, isn't it? Pretty. And her brushes, they are so soft. I didn't use all, but I'm sure all are the same because they are the same. I just didn't use all. The quality is great. Her her blenders are just like the Real Techniques one. So do get it. Do DM her on Instagram, Laura Ashley Makeup, to get these stuff. And what else can I say? The foundation, I am definitely seeing this as one of my go-tos. It looks like skin. It reminds me of my Fenty, just a little less coverage, which is not a problem for me. So I do love it. And it didn't transfer, and which is surprising because my Estee Lauder does transfer a little, and that is the only foundation I have that doesn't transfer much. And this one beat it back, so I would have to say that's amazing. And that's basically it, guys. Thank you for watching my video. Do like and subscribe. Bye.